Hi, this is JoAnn Alumbaugh, editor of Pork Network, and I'm here with Bob Lantz, who is the monogastric business manager North America for Chr Hansen. Bob, tell us a little bit about Chr Hansen and about a new program that you have called PorcBoost.
Well, good morning, JoAnn. It's good to be with you again this year. Chr Hansen is a global supplier of direct-fed microbials, probiotics, beneficial bacteria, and we sell to all the major pork-producing regions of the world. The reason for creating PorcBoost was when we go to different parts of the world, our products may have different names. A good example of that is here in the U.S., our grow finish product of choice is a product called BioPlus YC. When I travel to Brazil, that same product is called probiotics. And so when you become involved in trying to do some global marketing, and you're using a website, maybe Twitter to try and communicate with your customers, it's really challenging to be able to put a message out there that's correct for everyone, because the folks in Brazil don't know what BioPlus YC is. And so we've gone and created PorcBoost because it gives us an opportunity now to talk about the benefits of PorcBoost probiotics in each phase of production. And then as we get to the regional level, then we can introduce a particular brand name that's specific to that region. The second reason for doing this is that Chr Hansen is the only company that's actively marketing direct-fed microbials or probiotics to all phases of pork production. So whether it's gestation and lactation, weaning, nursery, grower, or finisher, we have something for everyone. So we truly do supply from a farrow to finish basis. And then the final reason is we wanted to be able to bring together under one umbrella our products, but also our services. And so we have some powerful brand names that are well known in the industry, but we also have some services to support that, the Caloric efficiency calculator and a reducing sugar release analysis program.
Well, makes perfect sense. So tell us a little bit more about exactly what PorcBoost entails.
Well, as I mentioned, JoAnn, PorcBoost entails both products and services. So here in the U.S., the products that the producers would be most familiar with would be, as an example, BioPlus 2B, which is the most widely researched, documented, and used probiotic from a global perspective. That's our product of choice in nursery. It also has application in sows. The other product that they'd be very familiar with would be BioPlus YC, which is the next generation of BioPlus 2B, but really is targeted at the grow finish. This is a product that produces high levels of enzymes, allows the pig to better utilize the nutrition that's provided so that you can have a positive impact on the bottom line. In conjunction with that, then, we bring in a service that we offer. It's called Reducing Sugar Release Analysis, and that allows us to evaluate the effectiveness of our probiotics in your feed. And then along with that, we have what we call the Caloric efficiency calculator, which is an online tool. The customer can go to it, they can input information about their operation and make decisions as it comes to using BioPlus YC.
We had mentioned earlier about some tests that producers can do. Tell us about those tests that they can use for their operations.
Sure. The test is called the Reducing Sugar Release Analysis, or RSR is what we call it. And basically what it amounts to, it's very customer specific. If the producer will send us a sample of their feed, it can come directly out of the feeder. We'll split that sample in half. Half will remain as control, the other half will have the appropriate amount of BioPlus YC applied to it. We'll then put it through this test and be able to measure the amount of reducing sugars that are being released. Reducing sugars are things such as glucose, the purest form of energy that a pig is looking for. And so if we can release more glucose from the diet with BioPlus YC, then we can calculate and determine how many kcals of energy are being released. And so then that allows you to go back to your diet, reduce the amount of energy in the diet, but yet not sacrifice performance. Of course, reducing energy is a great way to save costs, particularly in this environment.
Well, definitely sounds like it's of great value to producers. So where does Chr Hansen see itself playing a role in the future of the pork industry?
You know, I look at it, JoAnn, from a couple of perspectives, more of a short-term perspective and then also a long-term. But in the near term, if we're looking at 12 to 18 months, obviously producers are having to make some decisions as to how they're going to use antibiotic growth promoters. And I think it's important for producers to know that whether you choose to use an antibiotic or you choose not to use an antibiotic, we have products that can help you in both scenarios, that can benefit you in both situations. So as you're making those decisions about withdrawing the antibiotic growth promoters, I'd encourage the producers to give us a call and talk about some of the options that are available to them from Chr Hansen. But if I look out on the horizon a little bit further, maybe 3 to 5 years, I feel very confident that the producers will be seeing new products that will come from Chr Hansen that will provide bacterial strains that can meet specific situations, so that we can provide a broader array of products, but also more specific to a producer's needs. In addition to that, I really see some changes coming to the reducing sugar release analysis program that will allow us to look not only at reducing sugars, but perhaps at some other components of the diet to further allow that customer to take cost out of the diet and impact their bottom line. So I guess in the long and short of it is I see the future be very bright at Chr Hansen.
That sounds like you have a lot of products and services that can benefit producers, not only from a nutritional standpoint, but also from a cost-saving standpoint.
Yes, we do.
I'm visiting with Bob Lantz, who is the Monogastric Business Manager, North America for Chr Hansen. Bob, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, JoAnn. It was my pleasure.
This is JoAnn Alumbaugh for Pork Network.